What's up, guys? It's me with the AutoCAD 3D tutorial. So today I'm gonna tackle 3 projects. This one, and this. They look complex, but they're easy to make. For the first one, you can see like this each profile, 2D profile, you can create and then revolve it on the center axis. And same with the pole. So let's work on this first. So the height of the first line is 20 inches, so I'm gonna do that. Then the width is, or length is 2, and where else? It is not given this length, but I will do a length for this, then I will try to figure this out. I was able to figure that out somehow. Oh yeah, I do remember checking his diagram and able to figure that out. It's 5 inch, so I'm gonna do this 13 inches, then I'm gonna bring another line from down there, 5 inch. There's a 10 inch, same up 5, then I'm done with this area. This will be 10, and I'm gonna go down 13 inch. Now what I'm going to do is make a line across it using a different layer, create a new layer. Okay, 16 inch. That's our center point. I'm gonna go all the way to if you don't see me push and not interactive with these button, you could look down here. I usually running down the commands, which is way faster than going each of them. So let's see. This this thickness is not given, so I will assume it's the same thickness as this, 2 inches, because it's mirroring it. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try a mirror command. Oh. I'm gonna delete the extra lines, and we should be done. You can go any way you want to approach this situation. What I did is basically mirror this guy to this and make a couple of lines. Now we just need to revolve it. So what we can do is we can go in perspective mode and then we can go to extrude revolve. First, it's gonna ask for you select the object line object, and so I'm gonna select that. Then it's gonna ask for the XZ, so I'm gonna select 2 points, these two, and now it's gonna ask for what you want to go for, 360, 270. So we are, as you can see in the diagram, there's a 90-degree gap there, so 90 minus 360 comes to 270. So we're gonna do 270 revolve. So I'm gonna input 270, and we are done. First part is done. Now I'm gonna move it somewhere else. Go back to my 2D. Move down at the clean place where I can start drawing a next piece, which is this guy. You can build them together or build them separately. I build them separately. It's your preference. So I'm gonna create the half of it. So I'm gonna do yeah, 6. All right. I'm gonna do 6. Trying to draw like this shape. So this length is 12 inch and this length is 6. I already created the line of the height, so right now I'm trying to create this part. So usually the way I go about it is make, since there's a 6 inch, half of 6 inch is 3 inch, and then what I can do is add 3 inch outside, because half of 12 inch is 6 inch, so 3, 3, 6. Now I'm gonna do a height of this is 4 inch. Then I'm gonna move it here until I see a green line. Yeah, like this. Then and I'm gonna do the exact same thing with I'm gonna clean this guy out. And join them. And I'm gonna use the same revolve function. Click on this, then press enter, then select the XZ, then do 360. That should be it. You're done. Alright. the way you go about putting them together would be use a move tool. Now this move object. Click on the object. Let's find a center point for this. I'm gonna rotate and gonna find the center points, and there you go. You're done. Alright. Now let's go to the next one. So we have a box and a slot in there and a couple of railing holes on here. So basically we have to use two different axes to draw this. So first I'm gonna do a top view first, like the first view that we usually get. I'm also keep looking at the diagrams. I printed them out too, so yeah, it's kind of handy to have it printed out and look at it side by side. So the length is 118 and the height is 44. I didn't account for this yet. I'm gonna do it after. So I'm gonna create a square. Then for dimension, if you look over here, I'm gonna do add 188, actually 118, comma. Oh, what happened? Let me do it again. I pressed spacebar by mistake. So at the rate 118, comma, and height is 44. So this is a length, this is a height. So this is our box. So now I'm gonna create a circle around here that we have in the diagram, like this feather type thing going on. So I'm gonna find a center point here, and I'm gonna do a quadrant, touch here, basically. And now I'm gonna trim these edges. I'm gonna right trim and right click and then left click. That's how I usually do it. Right click, then left click on the objects that you want to trim. Now you're done. Join these guys, DOIN. Now I need a slot in there. Before I start extruding, I should make this, because that'd be easier to do it before than after. So it looks like, alright, it looks like it's on the center point of this circle. So usually you have to, most of the things are not given in the diagram, so you have to basically have a good idea on how to do it. Like, I feel like, yeah, that's the right radius is 8, so I'm gonna do 8. I'm gonna use a line tool. If you wanna open a auto on, press F8. It's, yeah, that's the shortcut key for auto. Now the length will be 24 inches. So I'm doing halfway. So I'm doing this guy. I'm measuring it from here to here. So 24 inches. 24. Why is it? Okay. To me it looked weird for a second, but it's fine. I'm just gonna draw a straight line all the way through, then draw another line from here to here and cross it, and then trim these two lines. And make another circle and there, and trim that. I'm gonna delete that line since I cannot trim it. And also I'm gonna make boxes here because we have these two guys. Alright, and it's measuring the height from the base to till here, so 40 inches. So I need to draw it all the way in the base, so I'm gonna draw it in the same level. I'm gonna try to clear it in a different layer. It's good to create lines in different layers because it is easy to manage and easy to extrude. I'm gonna choose a primary color. Rectangle. What's the size of this part? It's 48 inches by 12 inches. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna do at the rate 48 comma 12. There you go. I'm gonna mirror that. Alright, now we are done. So I have the wireframe on, 2D wireframe. So I'm gonna do a push pull, press pull. Make sure to, this is not, make sure everything is joined together. Because whenever you are trying to extrude and you click on one line, you don't want to be like this. You click on it and other lines are not selected. It'd be pain in the ass to select all the line individually. I'm gonna select both of the lines and press pull. And right click anywhere, not anywhere, you have to click in here, and then move up. The thickness of, I'm gonna choose a different layer. So alright, 16 inches, so I'm gonna do 1/6. Alright, done. I'm gonna escape from that function. I'm gonna select these two objects. I'm gonna do extrude. So we remember that it's 40. So 40. Alright. If you want to see it in solid inside of the wireframe, you can click on this area, and you will notice that something is missing there on top, and you need this guy. So the way you draw it is basically select on circle, and whenever you hover on any of the surfaces, it's gonna highlight those surfaces that you want to draw. So I want to draw on the surface, and I'm not gonna click on the surface itself. I'm gonna go to the top line and click on the midpoint, because that circle is on the midpoint, and that's 48 inches. So I'm gonna select that, and let's see, I'm gonna press D for diameter, enter 48. It matches the length of it. Alright, I'm gonna put this one on a different layer so it's easy for me to see it. Same with the, I'm gonna change my layer and draw on this layer, and I'm gonna do the same exact thing, make another circle which is 20 inches. I'm gonna first press diameter and then do 20. That should be good. Alright. The other thing is we need to trim this line out. We cannot do it while we are in a 3D mode, because like AutoCAD doesn't let us cut this line. So what I will do is go to XXC, right click, go to object, and I'm gonna, hold on, for now I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna turn off the solid layer because it's interrupting the where I wanna put the graph at. I'm gonna turn off that layer too. Now I'm gonna do select an object. So we wanna select this circle, and it's gonna show you the x-axis is facing the circle. So once you click on it, everything gonna flip. Then you wanna press top. What we're gonna do is make a line in the middle. Okay, that's right. I was just making sure something. I'm gonna create another layer. Green. Alright. I'm gonna do trim. Now you need to be sure that where you're cutting is the right place. What you could do is turn this on to see where your object is. We need to cut this guy out. And the circle is kind of crooked. Is it? Hold on. Why is it crooked? I'm gonna go back redo this. Give me 1 second. It looked crooked to me, so it needs to be straight when we are trying to do anything like that. Alright. An object. Alright. Yeah. I don't know why is it crooked. We need to just mesh that line. I'm gonna turn off the ortho and try to draw a line, a crooked line. Because I don't want to be, once I draw a shape out of it, I don't want to be not joining together. I'm going to do trim. I'm going to just trim the outside line and inside of this line. I'm going to keep this circle for now. I'm going to copy it and create another layer. Paste it, change it to a different layer. Move. Usually, let me use this. Alright, now it's good. So now I could trim the blue line, but the green line would be there. The reason I did that is I'm gonna show you why in a second. It's gonna make sense. I'm gonna do join. Alright, so I'm gonna do home. I'm gonna go back to world, and what I'm going to do is first extrude that. So that's the thickness of that is 12 inches, as you can see it right here. Sometimes you have to go in the direction that you want to extrude. So I'm gonna do this, go extra long, and then input the number. So that's weird. Right. Well, I'm gonna put a negative number. I'm gonna do negative 12. Now we're done with that. I'm gonna turn off this layer. I'm gonna turn on the green layer and click on the line. I'm gonna extrude. Alright, this one. Alright. That's weird. I'm gonna put it in a different layer. I guess that's how it is. Let me try something. Ah, no wonder why. Huh. So the thing was happening with me was I was on the hidden layer. So I need to, whenever I'm using the hide one of the layer, I need to make sure that I'm on a shown layer. So I'm gonna click on the layer that I need to see. Then go to extrude object. So just I'm gonna do as long as it can. We just gonna do a boolean difference on that. I'm gonna move this by in the middle. So I'm gonna click on this object, click this first, and not that, the other way around. So click on these two objects first, and then that. It's gonna make a hole right there. And as you can see, this is missing on this part. So the way you can do it is copy that, click on that object, right my mirror, and select the midpoint down there, and press F8 for auto, and there you go, you're done. And it's gonna ask you want to delete the object first or not. We don't want to delete it. Press no. Alright, I'm gonna select all the objects, and I'm gonna click on this solid union. Solid union, and then select on all the objects that I want to combine, and press spacebar. Everything's solid now. We are done with this. Now on to the next one. So this one looks similar to that too. The bottom is basically mirrored to the other one, and same way it's drawn. So let's do this. Alright, so I'm gonna first create a top box and a couple of circuits in there. So I'm gonna 80 by 120. So I'm gonna do at the rate 80 comma 120 height. Alright, I'm gonna create a couple of colors. I think that should be good enough. I'm gonna keep this in a same layer. Now I'm gonna do is circles. The circles, the first circle is 40, second is 30 radius, and last is 15. I'm gonna click on the circle, find the center point of the square. The radius, we're not gonna go into the diameter, we just doing the radius, so we can stay in the same thing. We're gonna put input just 40. Now I'm gonna do a second circle, which is 30. Just make sure I'm putting a right dimension. Yeah. Now I'm gonna do a 15. Alright, we good. Alright. So I'm gonna do a alright. So this height is 20 inches. They didn't give me this height. Alright, that'd be tricky. Okay, total height is 35. Alright, 35 minus 20 comes out to, since I'm not good at math, I'm gonna do this. 15. So either we could go to 35 or we can extrude 15. I'm gonna do 15. So I'm gonna select this guy and the inner circle. First, and make this guy a different, and I'm gonna hide everything. I just need to extrude a box first. So we're gonna do a 15-inch. Alright, now turn on the other layer, this guy and this guy. So that is 35 inches. So I'm gonna click on this guy and do 35. Let me do this differently. I'm gonna leave this circle there. I'm gonna turn this on. Move it up to, I'm gonna use the move tool and move it up to one layer height up. That way we will have something like this going on. So I'm gonna extrude 20, then I'm gonna extrude 15 from this guy. I'm gonna go all the way through. If you think about it. As you can see, alright. I'm gonna do a concept. Alright. Right now I'm trying to figure out what to do. This one is confusing. Alright. So let's see. Alright. Extrude this way. I'm gonna do 20. Then change this guy to a different layer. Okay. This one I didn't do it before this tutorial, so that's why I'm having a little bit tough time. So I'm gonna do is, of course, I'm selecting on the wrong layer. I'm gonna click on this layer, extrude. I'm gonna do extrude all the way. Bring this guy back. I'm gonna do Boolean difference. There we got the ring, and now I'm gonna do we're missing another circle. Yes, we are. It looked like it deleted one of the circles. That's weird. Hold on. Send us. No. Let me see the one. Oh, there you go. I see it. This guy is in a different layer, so I'm gonna change it back to the green layer. Then I'm gonna extrude this boy exactly like that. I'm gonna show the conceptual difference. Click, done. I'm in Boolean union these. First click on the object, on the button right here, click on this, click on this, click on that, join. Now the only thing is left the bottom part. So I could have done that first, these guys. So let's do this. I'm gonna do rectangle. by 80. Okay, I'm gonna do, what is that? I'm gonna do huh? The heck? Alright, that's right. Alright, I'm gonna dimension 80 by 20. I'm gonna mirror that press no, and then I'm gonna move these two guys. Select again. Move it down, then extrude them down. So we need 75. I'm gonna do -75. Alright. And that's the total height of it. Okay. Total height is 110. That's 75. That's 90. Alright. I'm gonna do this. Like this guy. I'm just drawing lines basic to the object. Change the layer. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna do a center circle is 16. Also, I'm gonna check one more thing. Outer radius is 40. Yeah, that's correct. Alright. I'm gonna trim down. I'm gonna copy paste it anywhere. Select on it, put it in a different area. Move. I'm gonna turn this layer off because I don't want to cut that layer. And join this. Show the other layer. Alright. I think we should be good. Do world. What is going on? Alright. This is a mess. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Which way? I'm pretty sure the reason why that happened is it probably selected the point back here. So you have to be careful drawing in 2D on 3D plus 2D drawings, because you could select by mistake some other point that you don't want to. So I'm gonna turn on that layer. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna do 20. That's 16. Alright, turn. Alright, that worked. I'm gonna turn this layer off. Do trim that, then join these guys. Okay, good. I'm gonna make sure they're on the same plane. So go back to conceptual. I'm gonna go to world. I'm gonna turn on the yellow layer. First thing first, I'm gonna extrude this guy. The thickness of it was 20 inch. It's -20. -20. I'm gonna extrude this guy all the way through. I'm gonna put this guy in a different layer. Easy to isolate this object. Or kind of a, give a little bit out, so I want to cut it all the way out. So let me do a Boolean difference right now. So I'm gonna select these two objects, this, done. Now I'm gonna mirror the bottom object. I'm gonna use a regular mirror. I'm gonna go down. So either go up or down, or if you go straight here, it's gonna copy it up on top. So up, and you're done. And not yet, and press no. And either, Boolean union, select on this, then select on all of the object, and press spacebar. Everything is one now. So We got this done, and this done. Alright. Now the report. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get the report. So usually when you're dealing with reports and layout, you go into layout and you see this guy here. I don't have the report on here right now. I'm gonna bring it in a couple seconds, but for example, if you wanna reset the window, you could bring in different type of views. Click on the layout, do insert view, usually click on the object, click make a window on the object, press enter to extend, and put it anywhere for now. You see it in the wireframe type format, so don't worry about that. We can fix that. So I'm gonna move this here. I'm gonna double click it. I'm gonna side view. Okay. I'm gonna delete this for some reason it's not working. The other thing you could do is copy and paste the same report and double click it. This report will be working exactly fine. So I'm gonna use it exactly like I use it on the model space. So you can use the cube to change your sign, right, front. So then double click it after you're done with that, and then move. I'm gonna turn off this. To turn off the grid, double click on it, click on this area, and you will be able to turn off that. Give me 1 second. Alright, I got it. So I'm gonna viewport title blocks. I'm gonna put those down here. The usual way he want us to make it. Sometimes there's another thing I need to tell you about this guy. If you wanna just make a box around to zoom it in, you could do that with circle zoom window and do this. So I'm gonna get off from here and move this about right here. Alright. I'm gonna go into an insert command. I'm gonna insert browse. Look for a title block that I'm gonna use. So this guy. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. I'm gonna open that. That's right. Alright. It shows up right here. Press OK. It show up right here. I'm gonna improve this right here. I could resize these boxes depending on my needs. So I'm gonna make it smaller so I can add more views to it. That's good. This way you can add more views if you need to. Copy and paste different, double click, move the view. That's front. If you need to, you could do a top view too. Click on right there. Alright. Click outside. I'm gonna usually that's how I usually copy different type of views. Every time I do it with the layout and insert view, it always gives me a weird results. I need to change to, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't give me what I need. So what I do is I copy the view of the first one and paste it and change the views. And then you can write text on it. You can just do a annotation, do a alphabet, do a height could be 1.5. That's too big. We could scale the text layer. You can write big, like top view. Okay. Yes. So I'm gonna click on the object scale. I'm gonna input scales. I'm gonna select this guy. I'm gonna select any point, and I could go like this. If I need to edit it, I could either double click it or do a text edit. Every time I'm pressing spacebar, it's putting the view on the bottom. You could increase the length of the text block, and yeah, play around with the colors, and yeah. You should, if you don't know how to edit this block, click on this block, right click, block editor. Alright, took its time. So I'm gonna double click it, write the double click on the fields that you want to edit, depending on like project name would be I don't remember, but yeah, you can project 12 or 3D project, you know. You could do 3D project 3, and then you can press, after you're done with editing each of them, you can press close editor. Let's see if you do this, will yeah. You have to click on, what do you call it? 3D, close, do save, done. If you want to find out how to create this block, let me know in the message commands. And if you have any questions or about this, let me know. I'm also new to this program, so there are a couple of things I have to figure out on the way. But if you have any more suggestions to improve, anything, let me know. Just like, comment, subscribes, and if you have any future questions, let me know. Have a nice day. Peace out.